Hi, and thank you for tuning into the Foil Hat Broadcast. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Reesie.
It's been a while. We missed a week. I'm sorry about that. That was me. I'm in school now. Life has happened.
Fancy.
What's the rundown of what life has been like for the past couple weeks?
Oh, God.
I'm in school now.
I slammed my thumb in a door.
I was sick during a heat wave in which the AC wasn't working.
I bruised my tailbone.
And I am an art student who gets to draw nude models now, because that's what art kids do.
And I am actively looking for gainful employment.
And I got hired at Kohl's.
Whoop!
So now I have a job.
Ooh.
That's weird for me.
I thought this was our job.
No.
Why aren't you paying us more? I'm just joking.
Consider supporting us on Patreon so we can dump our stupid real jobs and do this shit forever. But, so it's been a while. Life has been happening. Thank you for being patient with this garbage pile.
Yes.
I have such high praise for our show. But today might get a little angry. Because we're talking about something that, well, here's the thing. And people will be able to guess the moment this starts going. Because I'm about to explain a thing about me. The things I hate the most, the conspiracies I hate the most, are the ones that actively deter scientific understanding and knowledge and education.
Fair.
They make me furious. It's why I hate people who think the moon landing was faked. I mean, it's when things are proven, you should believe them, right?
One would assume.
And we proved this, not even we, but a human being, thousands of years ago, proved that the Earth is round.
So here's the dealio. The Earth's flat, yo. It's flat. Deal with it.
So why is it flat?
Because the government...
Okay.
...is trying...
I've actually never looked into this, so this is great. So tell me why the Earth is flat.
So, at first glance, it would appear that the Earth is round, but, come on, get with it.
Welcome to the People's Court.
First of all...
Where today we will decide whether the Earth is flat
or
round.
The Bible says that the Earth is flat, so obviously...
Does it, though?
I think so.
I thought it was just the God created the Earth by separating the land from the lands from the heavens, so the skies and things.
There's many different facets of science and philosophy that would prove as viable evidence that the Earth is flat. And those...
Which ones are those?
Are things that are...
Which ones? Tell me. Fight me.
First of all, by relying on one's own senses to discern the true nature of the world around us. The world looks flat. The bottoms of the clouds are flat. The movement of the sun, these are all examples of your senses telling you that we do not live on a spherical world.
Use your words.
No, it's flat. Duh.
First of all, clouds are flat?
Clouds are flat.
On one end?
The bottoms of them. When we look up, the bottoms of them are flat. Yeah.
How hard must it be for these people to believe their own bullshit? So tell me about the sun.
That's such a good question.
Because you said the sun, right? The way the sun moves?
Well, I mean, what it says is that the movement of the sun are all examples.
Okay. This is all taken from their official Flat Earth Society website?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We use what is called an empirical approach, or an approach that relies on information from your senses, because you can sense that the Earth is flat. Duh. Alternatively...
So stupid. It's so stupid.
Listen.
Okay, alright.
Listen.
Sell me on Flat Earth theory. If you can. You got this?
This is so hard for you. This is so dumb. Fuck this.
You wanted to do this episode in the style of you would try to convince me that the flat earth theory was valid and correct.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. So the best example of flat Earth proof is the Bedford level experiment.
So what's that?
In short,
Okay.
it was an experiment performed many times on a 6-mile stretch of water that proved the surface of the water to be flat. It did not confirm to the curvature of the Earth that round Earth proponents.
Proponents? Do you mean all of humanity?
That normal people think.
Here's the thing. So you said, and I'll get back to the whole Bedford thing, because that has to be falsified information, right? Like, I need to know exactly what was brought up. But you said that the government was perpetuating these hoaxes of a round Earth?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Because these people are stupid, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
You sound like a middle schooler trying to argue with someone. You're like, well, yeah, these guys are stupid, and like, he's got note cards, like, he's doing a presentation that he didn't prepare for. Like, the Earth is, if you look out a window, it's flat. Wait.
Okay, so, a very, very commonly asked question, about the Flat Earth Society.
Okay.
It's a society. Is like, well, people have been to space. How have they not discovered that the Earth is flat?
Right.
Well,
Steven Spielberg.
The most commonly accepted explanation is that the space agencies of the world are involved in a conspiracy faking space travel and exploration. And this likely began during the Cold War's space race, in which the USSR and the USA were obsessed with beating each other into space, to the point that they faked their accomplishments in an attempt to
all of them?
All of them. And then
So what? Sputnik wasn't real either?
No.
No satellites?
No.
No rockets?
Nope.
We've never been to the moon?
Never, ever.
We haven't sent anything into the atmosphere?
There's no such thing as atmosphere. There's not an atmosphere.
Oh yeah, there's only the firmament.
There's the firmament.
The firmament.
Oh my god. Okay.
The firmament, by the way, is what people used to call the sort of threshold between the heavens, i.e. the sky and stars, from the Earth. It was basically where all the stuff was that wasn't Earth, like the sun, and it would go along the firmament, which is sort of like a big dome where space was supposed to be. That's what people used to think, before we learned that the Earth is not flat.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, but so, like, in an attempt to keep pace with the others' supposed achievements, since the end of the Cold War,
Try it again.
So they kept, like, faking their accomplishments in an attempt to keep pace with the other supposed achievements.
The achievements? The achievements.
The achievements.
Okay, so, in case it wasn't obvious, I think both of us are slipping into this permanent exhaustion.
No.
No.
The Earth is flat. Sir, excuse me. I'm very passionate about this.
Please, forgive me. Go ahead with your stupid fucking shit. Tell me about the Earth.
So, since the end of the Cold War, however, the conspiracy is most likely motivated by greed rather than political gains. And using only some of their feuding... to continue to fake space travel, and it saves a lot of money to embezzle for themselves. So they pretend to building rockets, we're building rockets, really it's just like cardboard. They're like, oh, we're gonna shoot up into space.
It's like, NASA gets a budget, but they spend a lot less than they say they are because it's all fake.
And NASA's not even a real thing. That's just the government. It's like, listen.
But NASA is a real thing.
No, but it's like, listen.
Even if it was a front, the organization of NASA is a real thing.
But, like, what do they do?
They fake space, evidently.
Right?
But not even just space travel. They fake all of space.
They put, like, all this money into NASA, but meanwhile, like, what is NASA doing? Nothing. So they just get all that money back. It's like a money laundering type of situation.
Okay. Here's the thing. We haven't reached a point where I can actually start using science to disprove this, because this is just arguing with an idiot for fucking argument's sake. Like, you can't disprove any of that.
But, yeah.
I mean, you can go to NASA and go,
exactly.
what's going on?
You can't.
And they'd be like, this is our new rocket.
They'd be like, yeah, right, NASA.
I mean, you can't, but you can't just walk into NASA Space Center. But, I mean, they have tours and shit. Go to SpaceX. Is Elon Musk in on this, too?
Probably.
He's doing space.
Elon Musk is just like
the worst name for a human being.
Really
but also he's really fun, right? Musk. Elon Musk. He's a Bond villain.
He is.
I thought he was American. I could be wrong.
Like
Elon. Hey, Mr. Musk? Oh, never mind. You know what? You should really fix that.
Never mind.
I know. The question's no longer necessary.
I've got
Do you get a lot of dates, friend?
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon's not so bad.
Musk.
But if
I want to be Mr. Musk.
I want to be Mrs. Musk.
I do not.
The Musk family.
We're the Musks.
I feel so bad for you, but you're also really cool because you're perpetuating space travel, and NASA's not getting a lot of money, so you do you.
NASA's getting so much money. Are you kidding? Is this a joke?
This is the worst episode of Welcome to fucking How Do I Argue with a Goddamn Musks. That joke had no start or middle or ending. There was just this constant just like, are you okay? No. There was a string of words that didn't make any sense. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
What the fuck up with the sun?
Okay, so...
Tell me how the sun works.
So, like, everyone says...
Right.
That we're, like...
Going around the sun.
Yeah.
We orbit the sun.
Jokes. So, the sun... This is God's world. So, it already knows...
Please don't make this hugely biased against religious people.
It's not... Okay, no. Okay.
I don't want to...
I'm making jokes. I'm doing whatever. This has nothing to do with religion. At all.
As people...
This is just about flat earthers.
Yeah, okay.
I do not care if I offend you if you're a flat earther. I mean no disrespect if you are religious.
Good disclaimer. Go ahead.
Okay. It's God's world. It's God's world. And he knows when we need light and when we need night. So the sun just goes away. Like, it goes under the earth when it's like... When it goes under our flatness. And the moon comes out... And then when it's been like...
And the moon brings nighttime.
Yeah. And then... So
does the moon glow?
But then it switches, right?
Yeah, okay.
When it's time for day again.
So the model that these flat earthers have...
Right.
Is that we got the flat earth, and the sun comes over the horizon, which would be the edge of the earth.
It's the edge. There's no horizon.
Right.
We've checked.
Okay. The edge of the earth comes up and over, and then down.
No, it goes in the same side. It's just like bloop bloop.
Wait,
bloop,
wait,
bloop,
wait,
bloop,
wait,
bloop,
wait,
bloop,
what?
Bloop, bloop.
But that can't be.
But like it is though.
But it doesn't, because we see the sun rise and set in two different directions.
No, I apologize. I misinformed you.
No?
So okay. So you've seen a map?
I've seen a map, yeah.
You know how it's flat?
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's flat. First of all.
Just like the earth.
Second
to
of all.
Scale.
Second of all, okay, so like, the sun goes under the earth, and then it's daytime, right? And so the sun comes like this.
Comes up to the edge, and that's the sunrise.
Yeah, and then this part, and the moon is still over here, which is why it's still nighttime over there. And then they just switch.
So you're saying there's like a curtain of light.
Yeah.
Like a lamp.
Like a lamp.
But only on one part of the earth.
Yeah, but that explains time zones, right?
I was going to ask you how time zones is.
That's time zones. Because, like, you can't say it's 9 a.m. if it's dark outside.
So...
That's just wrong.
So why don't we see the big sun lamp when it's shining on the other part of the earth? Because if everything is over the flat earth, right?
Well,
if
because eyes can't see that far.
And see, here's the thing. Can I stop with this little role-playing session we have going here? Because I want to talk to you about this. You, the actual Reesie.
Yes.
What's just happened is we've crossed the threshold from I can counter this with actual science, and you can't argue with a fucking idiot. Eyes don't see the sun that far. What the fuck are you talking about?
Eyes can't see that far. It can't.
So it just goes, the sun just goes out of the vision, and so it's dark?
Yeah.
Is there like this, so it's just a curtain of light.
It's just like, shh, and then it resets, shh.
So, okay. But...
Do you still need me, or should I get back in character?
I mean, I could use a friend.
I'm here for you. Oh my god.
Alright, so...
This is utter... Okay,
in case you didn't notice this, the reason we have time zones is because, the sun can only shine on one side of a spherical Earth at any given moment. Not because the sun is a fucking spotlight hanging from the firmament ceiling.
This isn't the Truman Show.
That's what flat earthers think the world is. It's the Truman Show.
Right? My thumb is itchy.
I bet they think that the world is a computer simulation, or like we're all just being in like what we perceive as the world is all fake. They probably think they are in the Truman Show.
When I was little, I was raised super religious, and I thought that God used to watch me on a TV.
I mean, that would be the best way to do it, wouldn't it?
Like, it'd be like a movie theater of, like, full of gods. But, like, God, and then, like, the Holy Ghost and all that kind of stuff. And
they rented out a whole movie theater.
They're just, like, sitting in theater chairs watching me, because I'm super special.
Which is very weird from how people used to perceive gods, which is, like, gazing down upon the earth from the heavens. And you're just, like, he's just at home in his underwear, like, flicking channels.
Well, he wore a white robe.
Right, okay.
Which is probably just his bathrobe, so...
I gotta love God. Okay, so the sun is a spotlight.
Yeah.
And night is just when the light isn't shining on the thing.
Right.
Because the proof for that is you'd be able to see the thing hanging from the sky shining on a part of the earth. But if your eyes just have a fucking, like, limit where they can't see that, so...
Don't all eyes have limits?
Yes, but... But
then you just proved my point.
But the light has to come from somewhere.
Right.
You can't. You would see it even if you couldn't see the object.
The moon brings the darkness.
What? How does the moon bring darkness?
The moon brings the nighttime.
It doesn't fucking eclipse the sun all the time.
The moon brings
the darkness.
The moon brings the darkness. If the moon is out, what time is it? Nighttime. It makes the night dark. You're getting so frustrated.
I hate these things.
You know I don't believe this, right?
Yes, of course. Good. I know. I'm talking to the alternate universe version of you. You're a fucking idiot. But this is... Ugh. Okay. Chill. Need to chill. I don't get angry. You know me. I don't get furious very often.
This is the most furious I've ever seen.
Woo! And this is me when I'm like, haha, giggly furious. Not when I want to murder a person, which
oh my god,
happens.
That's how I got when that girl was like, I don't believe in genetics. And I'm like...
If you don't believe in genetics, you need to go to school. You need to go to school regardless, but especially.
That's like fourth grade biology.
Fuck the sun. Who cares? The Earth is flat, right?
Right.
So, okay. Tell me about why you can see the curvature of the horizon from, like, a plane or space.
Okay.
Not really planes, because people are like, I've been in a plane, I don't see no horizon. And I'm like, oh my god.
First of all, there are people who don't believe in planes. They're like, this plane's just a big joke. Everybody who said that they've been in a plane ain't never been in a plane working for the government.
Wait. People don't believe in planes?
Yeah.
Have they ever been in a plane?
No. And they say that anyone who says they've been in a plane is working for the government or they're lying.
Okay. You can just go on a plane. I mean, I know it's a bit expensive.
I mean, depending on where you go.
But you can go
just, like,
to an airport and go like, hey, can I go to wherever and get on a fucking plane and go and see the plane? You could, even if you wanted to, you could go in, get a ticket, look at the plane, and leave. You wouldn't even have to get on the plane.
I know. That's honestly, to me, that's more bananas than the flat earth.
For the flat earthers that believe in planes and stuff.
In general, we at the Flat Earth Society
do
not lend much credibility to like photographic evidence or anything. So like, yeah, you say that you went to space, which no, you didn't, and you took a picture, and there was a horizon, it was round. But those could be like so easily doctored to like prove the Earth is round. But there's no like real curvature or even like concave curvature at parts. So the sources are like really inaccurate, and it's really difficult to build an argument on them in either case because they're just ridiculous.
Isn't so there's this thing where people are like, if you look out of the window of a plane, like the plane's windows make it look round?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I just, like, that's literally what's next.
Okay.
Is that, like, so photographs and even, like, glass that you look through, it's through a bent glass or, like a pressurized cabin, as well as the fucking, I totally fucked up this part.
I mean, anything you say will sound just as realistic as anything else written there.
Photographers are also prone to distortion when taken through bent glass or of a pressurized cabin, like the window of an airplane. Okay. So, as well as atmospheric conditions on the outside. With this litany of problems, it's easy to see why photographic evidence is not and should not be trusted, obviously. Duh. Also, it's worth noting that if a person were to look down at the Earth from high above, they would expect to see a circular shape where the sun's spotlight was shining. Yeah. This explains why high-altitude photographs are generally curved.
So here's the thing.
To produce the illusion of a horizon.
To believe the images, you'd have to not believe in the sunlight thing.
It's the spotlight. It's the spotlight.
Because if you were in the sky, you would see
the circular shape of the sun spotlight.
Yeah. So then all pictures that don't have that are fake.
Yeah. The moon brings the night.
So when you're in the sky, why can't you see, like, in a vast expanse of Earth? The Earth is flat. You'd be able to see pretty much the whole thing. Looking from across, you'd be able to see the whole flat thing.
But like I just told you.
But like you just told me.
Eyes can't see that far.
Eyes can't see that far. That's what this is going to be fucking called. This is the name of the episode. Eyes can't see that far. Thank God we have a title. Fuck this.
Eyes can't see that far. I'm dizzy.
Oh my God. Okay. So, here's the thing.
Oh, no, you see, here's like a little diagram. Just goes around. Doesn't have to go under. Just like bloop, 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 bloop.
Alright, so where's the full moon? Where's the full moon?
The moon is just the moon, Dylan. It doesn't always have to do stuff.
Where's the full moon?
It's there somewhere.
If the moon... Here's the thing, everyone. The reason why we have phases of the moon... I'm assuming everyone who listens to this knows how the fucking moon works, but okay, I'm going to explain anyway. The way why we have phases of the moon is because, in the real world... Mm-hmm. Not in the flat Earth world, is because the sun, shines on that face of the moon. So depending on where the sun is in relation to the moon is how we get phases. So we get the full moon when the sun is directly opposite of the moon from where we're looking at it. We get a half moon if the sun is off to the side from where we're looking at it. It's always below the horizon, obviously, because it's night. But that's how we get phases. So if there was a sun and a moon circling above the fucking the flat Earth, the moon would always be in halves because the sun would always be just the opposite on sort of hanging above it. How do I explain that without sounding like an idiot? You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
You have a diagram.
But yeah.
Where's the full moon? Where's the new?
Do you have a diagram?
Where's the new moon?
I don't...
How?
The moon has always been the moon. There's no new moons.
It doesn't have a fucking... It's not a fucking toy.
When
it doesn't
did
have
we
a
get
fucking...
a new moon?
It doesn't have a fucking... I'm gonna kill you! It doesn't have a fucking lamp in it that spins around so that it just makes different faces. It's...
First of all, I don't understand this whole new moon situation.
Oh, okay.
So...
Yeah, we get a new one every month.
It's been the same one.
We carve it out of the sun of fucking Jupiter.
6,000 years. So...
Wait, what? Was this about 6,000 years?
I don't know. I just
No.
I just added that in there. That was my own thing.
Okay. Because I was going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so what about solar eclipses?
There's something crazy that happens sometimes. It's just the sun gets dark because it oopsed.
Someone turned off this, and the bulb burned out in the fucking sun, and someone had to screw it back in. Yeah. Maybe that's what NASA does.
They change the sun.
They go
bulb.
up and they change the sun bulb.
What?
So, the easiest way to prove, right? The easiest way to prove the round Earth, and this is an age-old experiment. Eratosthenes, I think his name was a Greek philosopher.
Right, something like that.
He went between, I want to say it was Alexandria in Egypt and probably Athens in Greece. I don't know the exact cities, but they were, very vastly distanced cities.
Right.
Now, if there was a flat Earth, good fucking lisp I have. If there was a flat Earth with the sun spotlight hanging over it, and these are close enough that they would be within that range, right? It's the same time. It's the same time zone.
So eyes could see that far.
Eyes could see that far, but that's not my point. If you put two obelisks, two sticks, basically, up in the air, perfectly vertical, 90 degrees perpendicular to the Earth.
Gotcha.
And the sun was hanging over it, the shadow that it would cast would be immediately downward, right? Even if it has an angle. If it was a flat Earth, they would be at the same angle, because the sun would be hitting them from the same angle. The shadow would be the same length and in the same direction. Okay. But that's not what happens. The curvature of the Earth, because of the curve, even if you built 90-degree angle, perfectly vertical, perpendicular to the Earth, obelisks in those two cities, because of the curvature, the shadows would be different, because the sun's always hitting them at different angles. Okay. Because they would be...
But like...
angle. Yeah, it was a different angle.
But like, what if the sun...
if the sun...
was like moving slowly, and that's why it cast different shadows? It wasn't like... You know what I mean?
No! Please explain.
So like... Sun's going this way, right?
Sure.
So like... You get, like, the shadows are different, right? In the two cities?
No.
No,
okay.
They're the same? Were they the same in the two cities, or were they different?
If it was flat, no matter where you would put it, they'd have the same shadow, angle, and length.
But,
unless, of course, the sun was fucking close enough and went between them. What the fuck?
It coulda.
It coulda.
You don't know.
I'll fucking kill myself.
None of us know. We just know that it's flat and that the government is
so hard to argue with these people.
I'm literally just turning off my brain to have this argument.
Are my ears red?
They're a little pink.
They're a little... Okay. That's how you can see the rage. If anyone ever meets me in person, if my ears are red, I'm either, like, embarrassed about something, or I'm seething with rage.
Either I've humiliated him, or he's mad that I've humiliated him.
He's just mad because I was right.
The Earth's flat, guys. Seriously. Not seriously, but seriously. I say, okay, so now this is physics and cosmology.
Cosmology.
Question that everyone wants to ask.
Can we take a pause right now?
Sure.
Are the other planet, like, I'm talking to you, in this world.
Right.
Do flat earthers think other planets are flat, or just Earth?
I think just Earth. Because, yeah, I think just Earth.
So, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, all the moons, they're round.
Yeah, I think so.
They're spheres.
I think so.
They're balls.
Yeah.
The moon is a ball.
Yeah, but, like, is anyone living on it?
No one's living on the moon. So I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Continue with what you were fucking saying.
Are you okay? Oh my god, I did not want to open Snapchat. Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
You ever see that thing where
they dump water on her face? Yeah, that's what I get it. That's why I do it.
I knew it! Because the exact way you say it is just like, hello?
Okay.
So good.
So, question everybody asks me, us here at the Flat Earth Society,
Institute, or whatever
the Flat Earth Institute of Space Knowledge and
wanking
Exploration.
Ourselves off to stupidity.
Why doesn't gravity pull the Earth into a spherical shape?
Gravity doesn't exist the way we think about it. Gravity is below the Earth, right?
But let's
get it from the website. What do they say? What do they say?
The Earth
Welcome to ARF.
The Earth isn't pulled into a spherical shape, obviously, because the force known as gravity exists in a greatly diminished form compared to what is commonly taught. The Earth is constantly accelerating up at a rate of 32 feet per second squared, or...
The Earth and everything else.
It's just going shh.
Which, if that's the case, relatively speaking, nothing's moving. Cool. Go ahead.
Okay. It's like, 32.
How fast that turtle go?
32 feet per second.
We haven't even mentioned the turtle.
Or 9.8 meters per second squared.
Right. The essentially the strength of gravity or whatever. Yeah.
This constant acceleration causes what you feeble-minded round-earthers
refer to as gravity. The only way I'm going to be able to survive this is if I start being stupid, too.
Imagine sitting in a car that never stops speeding up.
Hey, Susan! I don't want you, Joyce. Pardon me? You sure you fuck up?
No way.
This truck's triggered! Look up PowerPoint Meltdown on YouTube. It's by Picnic Face. It's hilarious.
Funny.
Go ahead. The way you were saying it reminded me of that.
So, you're sitting in a car that never stops speeding
gentlemen.
up.
What do we know about our Earth? It's flat.
You will be forever pushed into your seat. The Earth works much in the same way. It is constantly accelerating upwards. Why?
So we're essentially being constantly lifted.
It's like a...
But because we're born in it, we don't
love
notice.
it and I love it. Living it up as we're going up.
Oh, fuck this. Alright. Alright. I can't wait to get to the cosmology, because the giant turtle is my favorite part of this whole thing.
Being pushed the same way Earth works like that. It is constantly accelerating upwards, being pushed by a universal accelerator, also known as dark energy, or etheric wind.
Etheric wind?
Etheric wind.
Oh my god.
Objects cannot exceed the speed of light. Doesn't this mean that the Earth can't accelerate forever? No.
Well, actually, the problem with that one is...
No!
Well, I mean, even in a round-Earth universe, there's a lot less friction in space. It wouldn't be an infinite, Although, actually, the world has proven that wrong, because the universe seems to be increasing in acceleration.
So, due to special relativity...
Okay.
This is not the case. At this point, many readers might question the validity of any answer which used advanced intimidating sound.
If you're going to do a voice, you need to still speak where people can understand what the fuck you're talking about.
It's just nonsense. I don't know how to read it.
It's so stupid. I hate it. Tell me about the turtle. Tell me about the turtle.
I will get to the turtle.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I can put the pedal to the metal, man. We don't got so much time.
At this point, many readers will question the validity of any answer which uses advanced, intimidating-sounding physics terms to explain a position. However, it is true. The relevant equation is V/C equals sna. You read the maths.
I mean, that's probably just a giant multiplication thing. Maybe it's a tangent. I don't know.
It's a thing that means nothing to me.
Can you tell I'm just dead? Just by that read, I was like, I don't care. I don't fucking care. But go ahead, tell me about math.
One will find that this stupid equation can never exceed or equal 1, which means that the velocity can never reach the speed of light regardless how long one accelerates for, and the rate of acceleration. Duh! Stupid. You didn't know that? This is so stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way.
The world's a turtle.
The North and South Poles.
Oh, okay.
So
are the same.
They say Yeah, but they say that they're on top and bottom. No, we're actually surrounded by an ice wall, much like in Game of Thrones. It's the wall. It's the wall.
Except on the other side of the wall isn't wildlings, it's the infinite void of space.
Where everything else seems to be spherical.
Wait, if there's no space, right? There's no space?
I think there's space. Why wouldn't there be
Why
space?
are we the only flat thing in space?
Because we're the only thing that anything lives on, so we had to be flat.
Otherwise you just roll off the side.
Exactly.
I hate this. So, okay, I need to touch on the world turtle.
Okay.
Tell me about the world turtle. It's on a giant turtle, right? You know where that comes from?
No.
Hinduism.
Aren't they also on elephants? Isn't it like elephants on a turtle?
It's elephants on a turtle. Right? Okay, so here we go. It actually occurs in Hindu mythology, Chinese mythology, and the indigenous peoples of America. It's sort of this common idea. Mm-hmm. A bunch of different people from a bunch of different regions looked at a turtle and said, you could put a whole planet on that. I don't fucking know.
Oh.
But Hinduism basically said that the world is sat upon the back of a giant turtle, which is stood upon by elephants, and that's then the world. So, and then later, the one that I originally heard this idea from wasn't freaking flat earthers. It's from Terry Pratchett's Discworld, which is a fiction book.
Disc. I got
Disc
the
world.
disc.
Because back when we had discs, we don't have discs anymore. No one ever has discs.
I'm blue.
Yeah, the great Atuin, the world turtle in Terry Pratchett's Discworld. So that's where I heard it from. And they use the same model. It's a big turtle flying through space, with elephants on the back, and then the flat world with the clouds hanging over it.
How do they breathe in space?
They're cosmic entities. They don't care.
That's like an episode of Doctor Who. A space whale.
Space whale episode.
Build a city on a space whale. I'm losing my
You've
mind.
done. This is what happens when you look into
Here's the bottom line.
Flat Earth theory.
The Earth is friggin' round. It's
You were about to say flat.
It's a sphere.
You're starting to buy into
No, I was gonna say the F word, but I decided not to.
Frowned.
It's frowned. It's a sphere. Just like, come on. Do I need to? I don't need to. I'm not going to.
Here's the thing about this one is I came in here and like, yeah, I can science this, and then after hearing all the arguments, you can't argue with any.
You can't science stupid
because they have an answer for everything. If the basis of their theory is just utter nonsense, they can counter anything by making up more nonsense.
Eyes can't see that far. Okay.
Eyes can't see that far.
Okay.
Also, there's this cool Vsauce video. I don't know if you watch Vsauce.
Not usually.
Vsauce on YouTube. He does a video on like what life would be like on a flat Earth and how gravity would work. Because if the disc world is still spinning, which of course flat earthers don't really say, but even if it wasn't, right? Mm-hmm. The farther away from the center of the world, the center of the circle that you got, the more
on a G-force.
Yeah, the G-forces and gravity would basically make it so that the buildings built there would have to be built at increasingly like more steep angles until you got to the very edge, in which case if gravity is like as we see it, which is at the center, you could just walk along the edge. And it would be like walking here.
Sweet.
Yeah, it would be weird. But of course, now I know that flat earthers don't even think gravity's a fucking thing.
No, because we're going upwards for some reason.
So that wouldn't matter anyway.
On the great space coaster that is Earth.
So y'all know about Hollow Earth theory?
Oh my god. I want to look at this, though. Let's go to Antarctica. Go find the opening.
So I don't have much time to talk about this, but I'm going to touch on it briefly.
Because it's great.
Because Hollow Earth is hilarious to me. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing. Because where flat earthers have like an actual basis and people, there seems to be an actual community of stupid people that believe in this, Hollow Earth seems to most people like kind of a joke. Mm-hmm. So Hollow Earth essentially puts that the Earth itself is sort of a hollowed out, it's a hollow sphere with the poles being holes so that you can get from the outside to the inside. Mm-hmm. It's like a circular tube, basically, with the continents on the outsides and the insides, And on the very center of the inside is its own little sun, so that daytime can happen.
Oh my god.
There's a little map. There's the sun in the center. It's my favorite thing.
I just want to go to sleep.
Pseudoscience concept proposing that the planet Earth is either entirely hollow or otherwise contains a substantial interior space. Scientific community has dismissed this notion, la 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 la. But it happens a lot in folklore and mostly, fiction. Mm-hmm. It's where you get things like Journey to the Center of the Earth or At the Earth's Core. At the Earth's Core, that movie which was in the new Mystery Science Theater show with Doug McClure. The last episode.
Seen that one yet.
Oh god, it's hilarious. It's great. It's great. But it probably the idea probably stemmed from the old beliefs that people saw these vast underground caverns and were like, this must be where the underworld is or whatever, and then the Hollow Earth sort of developed out of that. It's my favorite though because
giants live there
in the underworld.
Yeah,
depends on who you ask.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I have a migraine.
My butt and my finger hurt.
Okay, so look, if you believe in a flat Earth,
we need to have some.
You need to stop listening to the show.
Yeah, nope, we're done with you.
I don't want you as a patron of the show. Although I'll take anyone's money. I have no soul. Here's the thing. It's impossible to argue. Like I said before, you can keep making up nonsense. Mm-hmm. Science can only go so far because it's constantly evolving. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's evolved to the point where we know the Earth is freaking round. Yeah, but some people are just stupid and refuse to pick up on basic scientific facts. Mm-hmm. I got a bit angry today. I'm tired after all this excursion into the fucking minds of the Flat Earth Society, which exists. Oh, wait. Before we end this, what was the number one frequently asked question for the Flat Earth Society?
The number one frequently asked question for the Flat Earth Society was... Let me get my spectacles on. Is this site a joke?
And that should tell you a lot about what people think about Flat Earth Society.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. And I'm pretty sure most people in this thing are just trolls.
I really hope so.
I hope there's not a substantial amount of people that believe this.
Tequila's a flat earther.
That one dude, Bob, is... Okay, well, fuck both that. Fuck both of that.
She's a Nazi, but she's like Filipino.
A Filipino Nazi who also believes in a flat Earth?
Yeah.
I want to live in that fantasy universe.
She's on so much drugs.
So much drugs? So is Bob, or B.O.B., or whatever that fucking guy. That rapper guy who started this whole shit.
Yeah.
He was like, fucking Earth, he's flat. Are you an idiot?
Yeah. Your name's Bob.
You got lost on a jet ski in the middle of the night. Shut up.
Dumb. Dumb. I'm like
the lesson here is so fucking funny. He's like, the lesson here is don't jet ski at night. The lesson here
Skarsgård
for today on the Foil Hat Broadcast is listen to your sciences,
and don't be a big stupid dum-dum.
Don't believe really dumb, far-fetched theories, because let's say the idea that the Earth is flat is more far-fetched than the Earth being round. Mm-hmm, yep. Occam's razor, people. Cut out the bullshit. But if you're a round earther, or a hollow earther, or a time cube person, I wish I had time to go in the time cube. That's a whole adventure. Cubist. Then y'all can email us at thefoilhatbroadcast@gmail.com and help support the show at patreon.com/foilhatbroadcast. We would love to hear from you, as long as you don't fucking give me your goddamn 300-page essay on why the Earth is flat.
We won't read it.
I'll burn it. I'll print it out and burn it. Thank you guys for listening to the show, and thank you for not hating us for missing last week. It's been busy, and we're doing our best to keep this show going while life changes happen, because it's going to be quite busy to juggle a lot of this. But I'm dead set on keeping this show going. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, ladies, gentlemen, and I'm not going to say flat earthers. They don't deserve a good night. Good night.
Go to bed, kids. So they're at this flat, let me tell you why.
We haven't even started the show yet.
The government...
Did you want to start the show?
Oh my god.
Hold up. Let me start the show and then we can just talk.
Also...
No, let's just start the show.
Genetics isn't real.
And when we can talk about all this stupid shit.
Okay, let's go.
Hello, and oh my fucking god. Stop! Stop it! You're interrupting my broadcast.
You just ruined the take.
It's so stupid.
Oh my god.